and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, especially our holiday-themed Bahamas at Sunrise. It is certainly the most wonderful time of the year, and I am so happy to be joining you. I'm your super guest host for today, Gabrielle Gardner. And I say super guest host because our host, of course, Mark Daniels, he's feeling a little under the weather, so he's not able to join us today. So we want to send him lots of love, prayers for a speedy recovery. But we still have a wonderful show ahead. We had a great show on Monday where we talked about some exciting things that you can do this weekend. As we mentioned, and as our theme song kind of showed off, it is the holidays. And if you can see, my table is glowing, which means one thing and one thing alone, that it is Christmas time in the city. So if you want to take advantage of Christmas time this weekend, you can go out to the Paul and Tanya Hanna, who were here earlier this week. They have their Jazz in the Gardens going on. We also met with Dion Cunningham and his team, who have Adventures in the Arts, the holiday edition encore. We have beautiful light displays that are going all around in the city. I've seen some downtown. I've seen some on Arawak Key. So there's no shortage of things to do to get you in the Christmas spirit, and that's what we hope that you are doing today. But as I mentioned, we've got a great show in store for you today. We're still talking FIFA World Cup. We have one more weekend to go, and the Tourism Development Corporation is here to discuss the orange economy. Also, we'll be talking with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities in our Bridging the Gap segment. Also, Shell is here to tell us about their exciting Christmas promotion. But first, before we get into all of that, we'll have a quick check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Deborah. Good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather Sunrise. That high pressure downward weather through the week is now going to shift towards the east. Make way for a cold front to move over Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini this afternoon. That will stall, and a second front will reinforce that and push it through on Sunday. So you can expect some increasing clouds, particularly with the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco, today through tomorrow, and some of that showers will move into our area sometime late Saturday into Sunday as that front moves through on Sunday, the second one, and there will be a slight cool down and some breezy conditions after that second front passes. Today, we'll look at a mix of sun and clouds, but on the warm side with a few showers. Maybe a nice little thunderstorm over Grand Bahama, Abaco by this evening. Your high temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and mild, a few nighttime showers in the vicinity of Grand Bahama and Abaco. Your low temperature going down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 85 and 77. In Jamaica 88 and 74. In Trinidad 88 and 75. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 84 and 71. Across North America, Atlanta 55 and 35. In Boston 46 and 38. In Miami 80 and 68. Dallas, Texas 49 and 32. And Toronto, Canada 40 and 30. As you go through the weekend, we have two fronts. One will move in this evening. That will stall over Grand Bahama and Abaco. A second reinforcing cold front will move through on Sunday, and they'll push the first one through. We have some cool temperatures, but on the weekend, periods of some cloudiness with some showers and possible isolated thunderstorms, particularly over the Grand Bahama and Abaco this evening through tomorrow. The temperature daytime ahead of that front will be in the mid to upper 80s at daytime, and the up at the lower 70s at nighttime. After front passes, we're looking at the lower 80s at daytime and the mid to upper 60s at nighttime. That puts you your first look at weather at Sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Bahamas the Sun will be back after this short commercial break.
So the push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together. Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
From a cloud solution. You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, You can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
Representative for Sun Oil Limited. Mr. Thompson, good morning and welcome back to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing great, and I love to see that you dressed for the occasion. You're celebrating the Christmas spirit.
Of course, I want you to experience magic Christmas here. And so I said, why not? Let's come to Santa Claus and give away lots of gifts. So our motion. Everybody is living without motions. Every summer, every Christmas, they look forward to it. And so we kicked off Christmas motion. Christmas.
Push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on a world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together. Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Hi, I'm Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Back to discuss the competition with me is soccer fan Hercule Estime. Good morning and welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me down here.
Now, I won't pretend to be the kind of expert on soccer that Mark is, but bring us up to speed. What has happened this week? This has been going on for several weeks. What is the latest and greatest with the World Cup?
Well, we had some big games. Argentina would have played Croatia in the quarterfinals, semifinals, 1-0, and France would have played Morocco, and Argentina advanced and France advanced. So now we have a big super final going on now. We have the young Mbappe, and now we have the old Messi. So it's basically the passing of the torch in a sense, because this is Messi's last game. He told his teammates that. So this is going to be an exciting final. Argentina is my team, but France is kind of strong. So I'm kind of, a little iffy, but I feel just once you have the greatest player ever on your team, you have a chance because he's very smart. Even though he's not running that much, he's setting up players. He doesn't have players set up in his head. So I believe we have a great chance. The team is very feisty, so we just got to rough that young boy up a little bit, Mbappe. Okay. So once we rough him up a little bit, we good.
I heard you have a reputation for being an Argentina fan.
Yes.
And to that end, you said the best player ever on their team. So is Messi your choice for MVP?
Oh, yes. By far. I mean, what he did last game on that assist, I mean, we didn't have to score that goal, but he did it on the best defender. He didn't score, but the way he assists, it was beautiful. He got the ball at midfield. He dribbled. He basically had the best defender on him. He dribbled again, nutmeg him with a pass, passed it to one of his teammates, and his teammate was able to score. And it was just beautiful. I was inside my room, and I was having a blast. My roommate was like, what's going on in there? I'm like, this Messi, bro. Yeah. This the GOAT. That's what he does, and no other player, whenever he touches the soccer ball, it's, magic is going to happen. So
okay, so
that's
I
just
want you
Messi.
to break something down for the people who don't speak soccer quite like me. What does nutmeg mean?
Nutmeg is when you pass the ball, if you dribble and you pass the ball to a defender legs. So that's basically nutmeg, so in a sense.
I think when I played soccer many years ago, I think we call that a salad.
A salad?
Back in the day.
Man. No, it was always a nutmeg, man. So, but yes.
Maybe that's why I wasn't very good. I didn't have the right soccer terminology.
Yes.
All right, so what have been, obviously that was one phenomenal play. Have there been any other phenomenal plays this week that stood out to you?
No, not really. Morocco almost scored against France. It would have been a pretty good, it would have been a pretty good goal. It would have been a scissors kick, but they didn't score it. But I would have wished for Morocco to make it to the finals, as they would have been the first African nation that actually made it into the finals. They made a lot of history. The first African nation that actually made it to make it to the, I believe, that far. So if they would have continued making history had they gone to the finals. But once France scored on them, France got the momentum, and that was it. So.
Now, is Morocco the team that knocked out Portugal?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, that's still a pretty big upset.
They knocked out a lot of people along the way. So they wasn't a team. There was a force to be reckoned with inside this World Cup, for sure.
Yeah, I saw that there was a lot of talk about that because Ronaldo plays for Portugal. And there's a lot of expectation on him. And I guess just because of where he is in his career, do you think this is his last World Cup?
Yes, this is his last one for sure. Like I said, it's the passing of the torch, to the younger generation. So, like guys like him, like mostly young guys from France, like Mbappe, and we get some other guys from some other teams, So like Messi last World Cup, Ronaldo, Neymar say this is his last World Cup. Even though he's being a diva, I believe. I think he got one more in him. So, but this World Cup for me, it has that feeling, the passing of the torch and back to Messi. Which better way to go, and one last chance to lift that golden trophy.
All right, so we know that the Portugal and Morocco game was a big upset. Were there any other big upsets for you so far?
I I got to think. It was a lot. It was a lot. Can I go back to the start of the tournament when we were beat by Saudi Arabia? Because Argentina coming in, we were riding a 36-game winning streak, and right off the bat we lost to Saudi Arabia. So everybody's like, "Oh, this is a fluke, 36-game winning streak, so they ain't gonna make it." And I'm like, relax.
And now y'all are
They
contending.
needed that loss. They needed that loss, to understand that, this World Cup ain't no joke. So, because Japan won a lot of big games too. There was coming in, a lot of people didn't expect them to win a lot of games. They were able to, do their thing. So it was this World Cup was one where it had you on the edge of your seat, and you were like, wow, okay, this one really different. So this by far the best one for me. This by far the best one for me.
I feel like
I've started watching it.
I'm definitely going to get a biased answer from you on this, but who do you think is going to win?
Of course Argentina, because even though I'm kind of freaking out and I'm not showing it because we're playing against France, because they're such a superpower, I think I got that demeanor from Messi. He's always calm. So he's calm, I'm calm, because I know we have him, and I know the team behind him. They're playing for Argentina, but they're also playing for Messi. They really want to get him this trophy. So they're really feisty. They got to be smart. No red cards, and we'll be good.
Behave themselves.
Yes, behave themselves. Yeah.
So I feel like, are you having a prayer vigil? Are you having a watch party at your house this weekend?
I'm gonna try to find the game somewhere. With some other soccer fans. So, but I just don't want nobody screaming in my face when France somewhere. So I might. When France scores, so I might, just do it by myself.
All right. Well, I wish Argentina all the best. I wish all the best to all of soccer fans this weekend. And thank you for joining me this morning.
All right,
thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
So the push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. That's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
Welcome back. Christmas time is considered by many to be a magical time of year, and Shell wants you to experience the magic of Christmas this year. Here to tell us more is Edwin Thompson, Retail Sales Representative for Sun Oil Limited. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, Gabrielle. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I see you're in the Christmas spirit. You dressed for the occasion.
Oh, of course. I got a bag full of goodies for these people. Just came on down from the North Pole into the sunny Bahamas. So the weather's a little cool here too, though, but it's okay. All right?
So I want you to tell me all about the magic that Shell is bringing to its customers this year.
Well, Gabrielle, our customers and the Bahamians know that every summer, every Christmas, we give them something fantastic. And so without a doubt, this Christmas, we want to just go out there and let the people experience the magic of Christmas. We're going to be giving away some fantastic prizes starting today. December 16th, we will be at Shell Airport from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The winners have already been contacted. They will come on down and they will spin the wheel to see who will walk away with today's prizes. Today, we're going to be giving away super value gift certificates. We're going to be giving away some Junkanoo tickets. You know, everybody wants to get back on Bay
Everybody
Street,
wants
right?
to go to Junkanoo this year.
And so we have the prime seating in Rawson Square. We're going to be giving away some BPL vouchers. You know, Christmas ain't Christmas unless you get electricity.
Need
right?
that.
So we're going to help you along with that. We're going to give somebody today, because we want to give you time to prepare. A family of 12 will have a chef show up at their home and prepare Christmas dinner for about 12 people. So you don't have nothing to do.
Wow.
We want to give you the time so you can do a little spruce up around the house and make your event, your venue very spectacular. The chef will show up there and he will prepare your food. In addition to that, guess what we got? 70-inch flat screen TVs, PlayStation 5.
Oh, wow. That's what my husband wants for Christmas.
What everybody wants in their wallet, money.
Of course.
So, you know, the promotion started from December 1st, and we're going to run until January 6th.
I was just going to say, you know, you're talking about the prizes that are giving out today. I was feeling sorry for everyone, including myself, who was left out of this experience. So people can still participate.
Yes, of course. Every time you enter a Shell service station, we have 13 on the island.
Okay.
You purchase $20 worth of fuel. You will see your service champions. They'll have on this bright red shirt saying, "Experience the magic of Christmas." Automatically, you know, the service champions get a little bit busy, but for every $20, you're supposed to be presented with a receipt. On that receipt, there's a skill question. Blank is fueling journeys that matter. I'm going to let you know a little secret here. Shell is fueling journeys that matter. So that's right, Shell in there.
Naturally.
Put your name and telephone number, your full name, and a telephone number. And people, please put a number that we can get through on. You know, numbers I called yesterday and couldn't get through.
Oh,
either
boy.
numbers out of service or the phone was off. So we had to go back to the computer, pull out some more names, but we have 8 people who we successfully contacted, and they will be down to Shell Airport 3 o'clock today to spin the wheel. So once you fill out that receipt, you take a photo of it. You don't have to drop it in no box. You are in control of submitting your own receipt. Take a photo, WhatsApp it to 422-0271. The number and everything is at the bottom of the receipt.
Now, is there a limit to the Is there a limit to the number of times that you can enter, or every time that I go to get gas at Shell, I can enter to win?
Gabriel, it gets even better. Let's say you pull up to the service station and your car takes $40.
Oh, wow.
So once you submit that $40, you're automatically entered twice.
Wow.
But if you want to just put 20, and then in 2 days' time, you can go back, or 3 days, or a week time, and you put another 20, as every time you go in there and you fill up the $20 or more, you are entered to win. So the entries aren't limited. You can have thousands of entries in there, but you got to remember to take a photo of it. A lot of people have been waiting, say, "I'm going to wait until again." No, WhatsApp it right away, because the pool is very big. We have thousands of names in the database.
All right, so remind me one more time, when does this competition end?
Well, the promotion kicked off on December 1st, and we're going to go to January 6th. Our first live remote will be today. We will be at our Shell Airport service station. If you missed this one, we will have another live remote just before the Eve, Christmas Eve. We're going to do it on the eve of Christmas Eve, December 23rd. We will be at our Shell Harold Road location, where we'll be giving away the money increases. Today somebody's going to win $1,000. Then once we find out who that person is, we'll get the information. We will wire that funds to them, because we're not walking around with no cash. All right, get that in mind. So we'll wire that funds to your account, and then on December 23rd, it increases. money goes up to $2,000. Then our climax promotion will be in the new year because after Christmas, everybody needs some more money, some more prizes.
Naturally.
So we're going to start the year out. January 6th, we will be at Shell Golden Gates, and we will give away the final cash prize, and that will be $3,000. Somebody can win that to start the year off.
Well, that is truly, truly magical news. I want to say kudos to you, Mr. Thompson, and all the wonderful people at Shell who are making sure that we have a beautiful, magical Christmas this season.
Yeah, and what we want to do, this is our way of saying thank you to our valuable customers out there. They've been patronizing us all year. We are a Bahamian-owned company, focal group of companies, and we know what our people want. So we are always getting into the room, and we're trying to come up with these fantastic promotions so we can give back to our customers for all of their patronage over the year. And we want to say happy holidays to everybody. Stay safe. Go out there. Fill up with $20 at any Shell location. We have 13 on the island. Take a photo of your receipt. Make sure, fill it out properly. Right? Shell is fueling journeys that matter. Put your full name on it, your telephone contact, and we will get in contact with you once your name is selected.
All right, it can't get any easier than that. Once again, thank you for joining us once again on Bahamas at Sunrise, and thank you to everyone who's watching. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Ho, ho, ho.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
The Salvation Army Bahamas helps thousands of individuals and families in need. This is why your donations at Red Kettles are so important. If you don't carry cash, donate Sand Dollars, the digital version of the Bahamian dollar. Use any Sand Dollar-enabled digital wallet to scan the QR code at Salvation Army Kettles or to donate Sand Dollars remotely. For a list of providers and to learn more about the digital Bahamian dollar, visit sanddollar.bs.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise, where we are having a fantastic Friday. We've had a great show so far. I had a quick lesson in soccer, and I also got to talk to some great representatives, or one great representative from Shell, about how they are spreading magic this Christmas season. But we have much more to come. The Tourism Development Corporation is here, and we're going to discuss the orange economy. We'll also be talking with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities during our Bridging the Gap segment. But before we get into all of that, we're going to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Deborah. Good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather, Sunrise, That high pressure that we had all week is now going to shift towards the east, make way for a frontal boundary to move, a cold front to move into Grand Bahama, Abaco. It will stall sometime late tonight, early tomorrow morning over Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. A second reinforcing front will move through on Sunday, and that should push it through into the central Bahamas. We will stall. For the most part, we'll have some cloudy periods over the extreme northwest Bahamas today with some showers, even a possible thunderstorm through tonight. But the remaining islands will be beautiful, partly sunny skies, warm, and a slight chance of 1 or 2 showers. In your marine forecast, winds today, southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet on northwest and central Bahamas, southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. On Saturday, there's winds north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet on northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, those winds are northerly at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. The remainder northwest Bahamas and central, southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. And over the southeastern islands, those winds southeast to south at 10 knots or less, those seas 1 to 3 feet. Your tides. You can expect a low tide in a few moments at 7:14. Next high tide will be at 1:20 this afternoon. Low again this evening at 7:49. Sunset 5:22 this evening, rises tomorrow morning at 6:47. UV index 8, your water temperature 75 degrees Fahrenheit, honeymoon phase last quarter. Your external look as that front stalls across the northwest Bahamas. Today, Grand Bahama, Abaco, you're going to get some showers, possible thunderstorms, lovely remember the islands. But as we go through the weekend, that front moves through, so we expect some increasing cloudiness over the remaining northwest Bahamas come tomorrow into Sunday with some showers, possible thunderstorms, and that'll move into the central Bahamas where those showers will occur early next week. High bills, so we have some breezy conditions starting on Monday. Those temperatures ahead of front will be in the mid to upper 80s at daytime, the lower 70s at nighttime. After front passes, lower 80s daytime, the mid to upper 60s at nighttime. That's what you're wrapping your fun like good weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. The International Day of Persons with Disabilities happened earlier this month and aims to promote the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities in all spheres of society. Here to discuss the work of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities are Nalini Bethel, Chairperson, National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, and Townsley Roberts, Deputy Executive Secretary for National Commission for Persons with Disabilities. And you'll also see joining us is Mrs. Lunn, who is interpreting this particular segment in sign language. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning.
So please tell me a little bit about the work that the Commission does.
The Commission is a statutory body that upholds the rights of persons with disabilities in the Bahamas, throughout the Bahamas. So it's kind of a challenging job to go from island to island, and we really tried hard to register persons on every island in the Bahamas who have disabilities. And as the population is aging as well, we have more persons with disabilities acquiring disabilities as well. So we are trying to register. We're on a registration drive. It's very important to register because then we can advise, say, an agency like NEMA when a disaster is coming, and then they would know that there are X persons with disabilities in this community, and so they can reach out and try to help them prior to the disaster. That's really important.
And do you find that, if people aren't registered, they typically have much more of a struggle to get access to the resources or the kinds of support that they need?
Absolutely. What happens is that we don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we hide away our persons with disabilities.
Yes.
And what we try to do is to include, and we're encouraging everybody in the community, whichever community you're from, to include a person with a disability in whatever activity that is going on there. I mean, I just want to give a little plug here because we actually have a Junkanoo group called the Chosen Ones who are coming out on Bay Street for Boxing Day parade.
Wow.
So that is social inclusion, and that is really very important for persons with disabilities not feeling isolated, because there is that loneliness.
Absolutely.
Typically, you'll find most of the persons who probably aren't registered are not familiar with the services that are available through the government and the Ministry of Services. So part of our job is to help them understand what's available to them, what benefits exist, to help them to get through society with those disabilities. Because many times, what really truly makes us disabled is the challenges before us in the built environment. So we can find ways to get them some adaptive equipment, get them some training, the needed resources, then they can actually function as any other Bahamian. For example, right now we have Ms. Lunch signing. So our deaf community can now participate and listen to the show and understand what's going on.
Absolutely. Can you tell me a little bit about the Accessibility Bahamas app that the Commission recently launched?
Yes, the app was launched on December 4th.
Okay.
It's a first of its kind in this region. It was designed to help foster total accessible communication between persons with disability and the general community. So even though it's primarily designed for persons with disability, any person can use it. It was a plan for about a year ago. We designed it and it was being built but wasn't launched. And then we happened to come by the United Nations Development Program and they funded an upgrade to it. So it was launched on December 4th and it encompassed several important features. For example, know your rights. You can't ask for your rights if you don't know what those rights are. So firstly, they can download, they can view the legislation pertaining to persons with disability.
Yes.
They can find out all of the NGOs, the locations, the contacts, to be able to find help in their situations. All the government contacts is available in the app. All emergency contacts is available one touch, which is important, especially for deaf persons who need to find the text line and not the audio line because they can't hear. We have, you can register online with persons with disability, which is, as Bethel mentioned, is so important for us because we want to be data driven.
Absolutely.
You know, to create those policies. You can make complaints, and we urge Bahamians, we can't help you unless you tell us what's going on wrong. Even though we may have persons in the Secretariat, on the Commission itself, that have disabilities, we don't know all the issues.
Absolutely.
So we want you to make those complaints to us. And we assure you, our job is to find solutions to those complaints. So we also have a coming soon function that we're trying to work on, which is accessible transportation.
I was just going to ask you about
We hope
that.
to launch in the first quarter of next year.
Absolutely.
And that's really important because, look at it this way, for all the things we wish to make sure a person with disability have equal access to, without transportation to get you there, is all null and void. So if you want education, we don't have, right now, our public transportation isn't accessible. So you can't get around to go and higher learning. You can't get to a job or you get a job. So this is like a way to bring everything together for us. So we're hoping to launch that early next year, and it will be a private-public partnership that helps to keep the costs down, because as you know, most persons with disability are unemployed.
Yes.
And we're trying to make sure, find ways to help them to become employed. As you know, recently the government launched a 52-week program where they include persons with disability. Again, inclusion. So, you know, this is what we're about, trying to include Bahamians in the entire fabric of the Bahamian culture.
Do you think that, one of the main hurdles to inclusion is awareness?
Yes, definitely. It probably is the main inclusion. I mean, it should, because many persons, unless they have someone in their family with a disability, don't understand the issues or are not sensitive to the issues. So unfortunately, many times people have to become one of us before they get it.
Yeah.
So it makes our job kind of more difficult because, like one of my former colleagues used to say, it was difficult to get legislation passed, but changing a mindset is much more difficult.
Much
and that's what
harder.
we're fighting against. We don't wish for people to think we just need to be sitting at home watching cartoons. We want to be full citizens of this country. We have much to give back.
Yeah. I heard a phrase earlier this year, just in terms of rather than saying disabled, saying uniquely abled. To kind of change perceptions.
Yes.
Because, you think, okay, well, this person is disabled. Well, perhaps they can't walk, but that doesn't mean that they can't work.
Taking
that doesn't
the dis
mean
out
they
of
can't contribute.
taking the dis out of disability.
Yes.
And making it just ability. That is absolutely our goal.
If you realize every person that you know, actually ability is different. You have the track star, say Bolt. His ability is different than the other track stars because he's the greatest. So we all have different abilities. So what we try to focus on is the person rather than disability.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be defined by disabilities.
Yeah.
We are persons first, and that's the key. So you have a lot of terms that we can use, but the simplest way to do it is just focus on the person and not the disability.
During this campaign where you are publicly lobbying, what have you found the public response to be?
Absolutely fantastic, actually. Most people have a person with a disability in their family, regardless of whether it's a physical disability or a mental disability, right? So we found the response to be tremendous, and they're receiving us. Nobody is being negative about it at all. And I think this is wonderful. This is a long time coming. And so acceptance, tolerance of differences, those are key to change your mindset.
And finally, what can, I'm listening to what you're saying, I'm hearing about what the government is doing, but what can private citizens do to support uniquely able persons?
They can give us opportunities. Especially in the employment sphere, we want jobs. We want to be independent, just like you. We want the family, the house with the picket fence, the dog and the cat, and 2 of our kids. So all of this is an opportunity. Many times it just takes the door to open to see what we're capable of. Like Ms. Bethel mentioned, take the dis out of disability. The word ability is in that word for a reason. We have abilities. Give us opportunity to show us those abilities. And if you even look internationally, they'll show you persons with disability tend to be better employees because we know once we get a job, it's difficult to get another one. So we're going to try to do our best to maintain that job. So the turnover isn't so high amongst our community.
Wow.
We ask people to be open-minded to the possibility of hiring somebody with a disability.
Absolutely.
And to not just, if they have the skills, the parallel skills, like computer skills or being able to answer the switchboard or whatever. I know that at the AG's office, there's a lady who is blind who's working there. And, she said the greatest challenge for her is transportation.
Yes.
Not the job.
And we are trying to address all of these issues so that we can equalize the playing field for persons with disabilities.
Which is just absolutely and incredibly important, as is all of the work that you're doing at the Commission. So I just want to say thank you for just bringing the public into awareness and for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, my pleasure. And thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
The Salvation Army Bahamas helps thousands of individuals and families in need. This is why your donations at Red Kettles are so important. If you don't carry cash, donate sand dollars, the digital version of the Bahamian dollar. Use any Sand Dollar-enabled digital wallet to scan the QR code at Salvation Army Kettles or to donate Sand Dollars remotely. For a list of providers and to learn more about the digital Bahamian dollar, visit sanddollar.bs.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
So the push-to-talk device is a beautiful device. It operates on our world-class cellular network. You can take pictures, you can take videos, you can put your persons in different groups. If they want the engineering team to have a different communication than the finance team or the security team, you can do that with the push-to-talk device. And that's not something that you can actually do with a regular communications radio device. We have several different types of devices. There's the 380, the 580 plus, and then there's the 590 plus, which is the top of the line device.
Our menu, it's digital, so customers, once they come in, they have to scan the menu. Due to the space size, customers were unable to connect. It was unstable. Customers were very irate. They couldn't see what we offered, so sometimes we had customers that left, and now we don't have that issue. Customers are easily accessing the menu on the website. So now it's a smooth process, and ordering is much easier. Installing the Euromesh was easy as 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back. The Tourism Development Corporation seeks to provide support to tourism entrepreneurs, strengthening their economic viability and growing the Bahamian economy. Joining us today to discuss the orange economy are Georgia Walks, Team Leader for Linkage Creation, Tourism Development Corporation, Karel Pinder, Chairman of the Creative Industry Council, and Nicolette Archer, Executive Assistant / Office Manager for the Bahamas Feeding Network. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
So I have to start off with the most basic question for everyone out there. What is the orange economy? I'm going to pose that to you, Mr. Walks.
So the orange economy essentially is, we have about 15 sectors, industries in the orange economy, anywhere from film design, graphics, arts, talking about musicians, all those types of stuff. That makes up the orange economy.
Okay, so we're talking about creative.
Yeah, creative professionals.
Creative professionals.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm a part of the orange economy.
You are.
All right. So Karel, why are the creative industries so relevant to tourism?
So the creative industries are so relevant to tourism because when people come to the Bahamas, they're looking for authenticity, not something you can find when you go to another destination. So that's the people, that's the creative work that we're bringing forward so they can feel like they're taking a piece of the Bahamas back home with them, whether it's through film, whether it's through stage productions, whether it's through the artisans and the crafts that they make, from, scratch, like just things that are authentically Bahamian. And that's why it's important for us to promote our creative professionals so that when they leave, they're not leaving with something that's a generic product, but they're experiencing a service or a product that comes from a Bahamian that expresses our culture and what's unique about the Bahamas.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Walks, what are some of the ways that people overlook that creative industries affect both directly and indirectly our economy?
So I would say culturally our arts, Jonkanu. People who come to the Bahamas, they talk about Jonkanu, they see it all the time, but we have so many persons who work in silos who create these pieces, and I feel like they need a little bit more exposure.
And what are some ways that you are trying at the TDC to bring attention to the orange economy?
So in this instance, we have the Creative Industries Council. Okay. So we've been convened for a few months now, and we're talking about providing business opportunities for these creative professionals, legislation, stuff like that.
All right, so tell me a little bit about the work that you're doing at the Creative Council.
Yeah, so as Mr. Walk said, earlier this year, probably like in around August, they reached out to me to be the chairman for this council. And I was very proud. I should say I'm from Grand Bahama. So we have representation. So the Creative Industry Council for the Bahamas is seeking to represent the entire Bahamas. So we have several members from Grand Bahama, and we want to reach out to other creative professionals that are in other islands of the Bahamas. So that's a key goal. But as we mentioned, we have 5 areas of focus. So there's education, there's legislation, there's job opportunities that we want to create for creative professionals. There's social and networking, because we believe that there's so much more collaboration that needs to happen, because there are a lot of people doing things within the creative industry, but we're stronger together. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, you need to go together. And the final one that we have is slipping my mind. It's education, it's legislation, it's job opportunities, social networking. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, the other one's slipping my mind right now, but we have 5 areas of focus.
Okay, we'll post it later.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry about that. So I am curious to see the relationship between the Bahamas Feeding Network and the TDC.
No relationship.
But she is a so Nicolette Archer is a member on the Creative Industries Council.
Yes.
Serving the capacity of an educator.
Right. Yes.
Absolutely.
So my entire career has been spent in education up until now. So I'm privileged to serve on the Education Committee with Bodine Johnson and Arlene Nash Ferguson. Those are names that people would know. And in our committee, we're looking at education, obviously, of the creatives themselves, monetization, their legal rights to their property, and we're looking at educating the public on who the legends are in our creative industry. We want to create an archive across all the specters of creatives. So when you Google them, you will find information ready and available for you.
Historically speaking, and even in present day, the Bahamas is a tiny nation, but we have so much creative potential.
Indeed.
We have so many talented people who are making moves. Do you think that the public has an underappreciation for how much we have in the creative sphere?
Absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully through the education and some of the other committees, our social networking and that sort of thing, we can really push, right? And of course, it helps that we have gotten the support from our Minister of Tourism, our Deputy Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister himself. And they have made promises, so we're going to hold them to it. We're going to hold them to it.
And it reminds me of number 5, which is events.
Got it.
Events is number 5, but it leads to the question that you were saying just now, do we have an underappreciation for our creatives? And so we want to be in the community, more in the forefront, where you can see that creatives are here, we need to appreciate them, and then just educating them on how to brand themselves globally. I think the reason why there might be an underappreciation is because you're used to your neighbor, you see them every now and then, and it's very familiar. But when we encourage our creatives to brand themselves globally, I think it's a global reach that we have as creatives in the Bahamas.
I love it. So, Mr. Walks, what are some new, programs or new plans that you have for the new year in terms of just getting this message out there to creatives as well as the public that the orange economy is an economy worth pursuing?
Okay, saying that we just recently met yesterday, I will let Karel take that.
Yeah, no
because
problem. So some of the things, like I said, there's 5 areas we're focusing on. So some of the things that we are doing in the new year, we're going to have a social media page. So the TDC has a page, and we're going to promote and represent and have that there. But we're also going to have a private Facebook community, just so that everybody can come into that community and know who are the makeup artists on the island, who are the graphic artists, who are the people that are in gaming and animation. Like, there are people throughout the entire breadth of the Bahamas, not just Nassau, but the entire breadth of Bahamas that we need to know. So the Facebook community of that private group is the quickest way to get there. So if someone's watching and they're like, I want to be a part of that group, then they can go to the Tourism Development Corporation's Facebook page, and we'll be posting the group there in a matter of days. So they can go there. So we're going to do that. As far as education, we want to do courses that educate creatives on copyright, trademark, intellectual property, understanding how can I protect what I do, and also the business side of it. Sometimes creatives, we have that creative brain, but they need that business side of how to become an actual entrepreneur within that. And then job opportunities. One of the things that we talked about yesterday in the meeting was we have a lot of children authors. Why don't we put those books in the straw market? So many people come to the straw market and they want something authentically Bahamian. A book that's written by a Bahamian, that's something to take away and say that's something that I really get to cherish. So we want to do things like that. We want to educate them on the legislation that is in place. What do we need to do going forward? So we're going to have workshops and seminars. So there's workshops, there's social events, there's opportunities for education, and also finding ways that creatives may have not thought about for them to make money from job opportunities. So that's what we're trying to do in the new year. We're going to be branded, we're going to be out there, and we're starting here at Bahamas and Sunrise.
And free workshops, may I add.
Free workshops.
Yeah. So
absolutely, creatives are not usually working with a big budget, so the resources that you need to be free. Have you found that since you've started lobbying, since you've started getting the message out there, what's the response from the public been like?
So we're just launching into the public. This would be the first public
experience.
This is a public experience.
Well, we're so glad to have you
today. So when we started in August, we came together with our committee. It's about 25 creative individuals. And so the first line of action was hearing from them. Instead of telling them the Tourism Development Corporation is coming on board and this is what you have to do, we went to them and said, what are your concerns? What do you find is holding you back from being able to be successful, from being able to be global, from being able to profit from your craft? And so we took that information, and that's how we got the 5 categories, and then we started putting pen to paper and moving forward. And so now the branding, the logos, everything that you will start to see in the next few months is us putting it out to the public so that they can start to be more receptive of the fact that creative professionals are here and that we need to invest in them.
Absolutely love it. I am so excited for, again, myself and all the creatives out there. I think this is a long, much needed resource. And I think it is bringing attention to the fact that we have so many talented Bahamians who are doing big things and want to make a real career out of that. So kudos to you on the excellent work that you're doing. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having
so
us.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Welcome back to this special holiday edition of Bahamas at Sunrise, where we celebrated the most wonderful time of the year. We got to talk a little soccer at the beginning. I got a little quick lesson. I also got to speak with the folks at Shell who are spreading the magic. We spoke with the Bahamas Disabilities Commission on how they are making life easier for the uniquely abled among us. And of course, I got to speak with the Tourism Development Corporation about the orange economy. So we have so many exciting things going on. Of course, today was a little bit of a unique episode. I was missing my actual host. I was your guest host for today, but Mark is under the weather, so we want to remember him. We want to send him prayers. We want to send him love, and we hope that he's back with us next week to give me lots of jokes and to give you lots of smiles. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Bahamas at Sunrise, and I hope that you go out this weekend to any of the incredible holiday events going on and make some beautiful memories with your family. Thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise.